Hi, welcome to Driving TV, and I hope you are well. In this video, I like to share with you five things which many learners are failing the driving test on. Let's start the lesson. So, like I said, there are five things many learners are failing. If you look at the comments, the recent comments, many have written about those five things that they have failed the driving test because of those five things. So these are the things I'm covering in this video. Number one is the steering. When you're driving, you're going to face many parked cars and you have to go around the parked cars. Many learners, what they do when they're trying to go around, they're steering too much. For you to go around parked cars, you only need little steering, maybe 5 minutes. Imagine this is like a clock. If this was a clock, you're steering, just 5 minutes will do the job going around parked cars. Now, one of the reasons many learners, they need to steer quite a lot to go around parked cars is because they steer too late. They're going too close to parked car before they start to steer, and this is why they need to steer quite a lot. And then they're steering too much there, too much coming back, and they're basically driving like a snake in a zigzag line instead of straight line. So say you're driving along and you see a parked car over there, and you know that you'll have to go around that parked car. Look at the mirrors and early position, just slightly, maybe 5 minutes towards right, go to the position that you need to go, and then get the car straight. That way you don't need to steer as much. If you go too close to parked car and then steer, then you have to steer quite a lot, and that way you are giving problem to yourself to steer quite a lot to go around, and also you're not giving any notice to the car behind. All of a sudden you're steering and the car behind doesn't know. Maybe they thought you're going to stop on the left, and that could be dangerous. You could fail your test for that. Read the road, look at the road, and see and recognize if there's a parked car. If there is a parked car, steer slightly to the right, go to that position, get the car straight, and go. That way you don't need to steer as much, and you are also helping the car behind what you are doing. You're not giving them a shock by steering all of a sudden at the end too much. Number two, somebody asked on the comment, is that when I'm reversing, is it okay if I just use the mirrors? Do I have to look over my shoulder at the back? The answer is yes. You have to look at the shoulder of your left shoulder at the back when the car is reversing. So for example, say you're doing parallel parking or maybe bay parking and you're reversing into a bay. When you are reversing, you have to look over your shoulder at the back. Just the mirrors is not good enough because it doesn't give you who's at the back of your car. You need to look over your shoulder. Remember, when you're reversing, this becomes the front because that's the way the car is going, and that's the way you should be looking. So for you to reverse, if I were you, I would position myself slightly to that way before I start to reverse. So that way you will have both hands on the wheel, or you could have one hand and one hand on your lap if you are just steering straight, and look over your shoulder. Okay, like that. So that's how you should be looking there. And every now and again, look at the mirrors, look at the back, look at the mirrors, look at the back. So when you're reversing, yes, you have to look at the back over your shoulder because that's where the car is going, and use the mirrors to get the information what's happening around. Every now and again, you look around, look at the blind spot, but look at the over your shoulder at the back when the car is going back. Also on the parallel parking. So say, for example, you're doing a parallel parking. So you've gone and lined up on the side of the car to do the parallel parking, and you've got everything ready. You got the car in reverse, and then you start to go at the back, looking at the back, and then there's a car coming either at the front or at the back. What should I do? One of the questions was that there's no space on my side for them to go anyway. Do I still have to stop? Yes. Stop first, so that tells that you have recognized the car either at the front or the back, and then see what they do. If the space is there and they want to go, let them go. Wait until they go. If they don't go, then you look around again, look at the back, start going backwards, but every now and again look at that car who's stopping for you, because if they start to go again, you'll have to stop. So let me repeat. You are reversing and there's a car coming. What do? First thing you do, you stop and wait and see what they do. If they stop for you, then you get the car ready, meaning prepare yourself to reverse again. So you look at the back, you start reversing, and every now and again look at that car. Look at that car if they want to go again. Because if they want to start to go again, you'll have to stop again to give them away. Because remember, you are doing something different. You are blocking them. It should be you giving them away if they want to go. So they stop for you, you carry on going, and then if they decide to go again, you stop, let them go, look around again, and start to go again. Every time you stop and go, before you go again, look all around and then you go. So let me repeat, every time you stop for something, before you go again, look all around, including both blind spot, then start to go again. Don't just go without looking at the blind spot, looking all around. Okay? If you are learning and you need help on learning and passing the driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course. The course gives everything a learner needs to learn to drive and to pass the driving test. It has everything a learner needs. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look and see and read, and if you like it, you could always join the course. Next is, where is the blind spot? Many they ask, where is the blind spot? And this is one thing. There are other videos on my channel where I have explained in great details where the blind spots are and how to check the blind spot. Just briefly in this video, so say you're driving along, okay? Imagine you have a clock around you. If you have a clock around you, this will be 12 o'clock and behind will be 6 o'clock, okay? So this is 12, that's 6. 8 o'clock on your left is the left blind spot. 4 o'clock on your right is the right blind spot. Remember this, clock around you, 12 o'clock. 4 o'clock on your right is your right blind spot. 8 o'clock on your left is your left blind spot. So imagine this is your car and you are sitting here. This is you sitting inside the car. If you're sitting here and you need to know where the blind spot is, my advice is put a clock around you. Imagine there is a clock. Imagine there is a clock, okay? If you was a clock around you, this is you sitting, this is a clock around you. This is 12 o'clock, this is 6 o'clock, this is 9 o'clock, and this is 3 o'clock, okay? If you're sitting here, your blind spot is around 4 o'clock on the right and around 8 o'clock on your left, okay? So this is your left blind spot and this is your right blind spot. 4 o'clock on your right, 8 o'clock on your left. If you could remember that, it's easy for you to know where the blind spot is, so then you know how much turning you need to do. Because the problem is many learners, they turn too much and they're looking here. And this part is already covered by your side mirror, okay? The side mirror doesn't cover the area here, the area here, okay? If you go over too much, you will be looking at the place where the mirror is already covering. Same here, if you go over too much on the left, you will be looking at here, and that is already covered by your side mirror, okay? So if you look here on the side mirror, this is the right side mirror. What can you see here? Okay, now if you go over our blind spot, that's the car. This is the blind spot, and this blind spot is not covered. In that side mirror, you can't see the car on our blind spot. Can you see? You can't. If you go over, that's the blind spot, that's the car, okay? But then if you come back to the side mirror again, can you see it? You can't see it. And again, that's the car, okay? So now we know what the blind spot is. And if I show you from the outside, this is where we were sitting, okay? And this is the blind spot. This was the car I showed you, okay? So can you see? That's the car, that's your car, and your right shoulder, which I showed you, this is the blind spot. This car was the blind spot. If I go a little bit further, then you will see. Can you see? Can you see? That's the blind spot, okay? That's the blind spot. So this is the car, the silver car, and the black car is yours over there, okay? So if you were driving the black car, the silver car is your blind spot. And the way you look is this way you do. There. There. Not there. Not there, because over there is covered by the side mirror. Many, the reason they're asking the questions because they don't know where to look and how to look. Some of them, they are looking too much. Okay, you don't have to go all the way back because all the way back is covered by the side mirror. You are looking at the middle where this mirror and that mirror doesn't cover, which is here, which is 4 o'clock, and here, which is 8 o'clock. So there, not over there, because over there is covered by the side mirror. You just need to go there for this blind spot and there for this blind spot. Is that okay? So 4 o'clock on your right, 8 o'clock on your left. These are the two places your blind spot. If you're going that way, this blind spot needs to be checked. If you're going this way, this blind spot needs to be checked. So say you are driving on dual carriageway and you're driving on the left lane. You need to go to the right lane. What do? Before you change, right blind spot, signal, change. Then before you come back again, left blind spot, signal, and then come back. Obviously, look at the mirror before. Is that clear? Obviously, like I said, there are other videos on my channel on blind spots where I explain on greater details about the blind spot. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look at those to get more understanding where the blind spots are. Next one and the last one where many ask on the comment is that one of them, they fail for undue hesitation. They wanted to know, what is undue hesitation? What is it? Undue hesitation is where the junction is clear, you go and you stop, and then the gaps are there, but you are waiting more than you should. It could happen maybe on a junction at the end of the road, or it could happen on roundabouts, mini roundabouts, where you go and you wait for the oncoming traffic or the traffic on your right. So just to give you an example, say you've gone to the end of the road where you have the giveaway line, which means you'll have to give way to the cars on the main road. They have the priority. So you go because there's a car coming, so you stop. Once you stop, when they've gone, there was a gap, but you didn't go. You just waited too long. Cars keep coming, but you are missing the gaps. There are gaps for you to go, but you're not going. The gaps are big enough for you to go, but you're not going. This is called undue hesitation. Also, on the roundabout, you need to give way on your right. You go and you stop because there are cars coming, and then there's no car coming, or maybe there are car coming, but the gap is there for you to go, but you're not taking the right gaps. That is known as undue hesitation, which means if you got problem on those, you need more practice on those for you to learn to take the gaps, the right gaps. At the end, we're going to go left. Right, actually, go right. Mirror, mirror, signal right. That's the open junction. There's no one coming. It's a giveaway line. So what am I going to do? I have to look for the gap. If the gap is there, I'm not going to stop. Okay, the gap is there. Good. So what if I stopped on that junction? It was a giveaway line. I could see early it was an open junction. There was no one coming. What do? I had to go. If I stopped on that junction, I would get done for hesitation. Okay? On this roundabout, we're going to go left. Mirror, mirror, signal left. It's open junction. I could see fully both sides. So I'm going to look on my right. Is there anyone coming? I'm going to slow the car a little bit, go to second gear. There's no one on my right. It's an open junction. Okay? What if I stop here now? It was clear. There's no one coming on my right. So if I stopped, that would be hesitation. Okay? So if you say to me, yeah, but if I stop anyway, just to be safe, well, you're gonna fail your test for that, because the whole reason of the giveaway line is for you not to stop if there's nobody there. Remember, giveaway line is there to give way if there is cars on the road. If there isn't, what do? You don't stop. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole reason of the giveaway line, so that you don't stop if there's nobody there. So if you go and stop anyway, what's going to happen? You've just broken the principle, the rule of the giveaway line. Because the giveaway line means if there's somebody there, you give way. If there isn't, don't stop. Because if you do, you've broken the principle. I hope you understand that, yeah? If you think you can't judge the gaps, you don't know when to go, it means you need more practice on those. You need to go and practice more on undue hesitation. Maybe you need to do a lesson on undue hesitation. Go to junctions, go to roundabouts more, and try to learn the gaps that you need to take. If you got problem on that, The problem is you're going to give problems to the car behind. You're going to keep people on the junction more than they should. And that's a problem. This will be a fail in the test. So if you have problems on judging the gaps, taking the right gaps, it means you need more practice on those to make it better. Okay, so these are the 5 things I like to cover in this video. If you need extra help on learn to drive and to pass the driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course, which gives everything a learner needs for you to learn and for you to pass the driving test. It has everything a learner needs. It has more than 30 videos in the course giving you everything you need for you to learn and for you to pass the driving test. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look and see and read. If you like it, you could always join the course. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please do give a thumbs up. Please do make a comment what you think of the video, and if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos. Hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.